Sophia, can you help me do this mathematical calculation? It is very long. I wish I could have some software for this. Oh, Romy, mathematics is an interesting subject. You know that you can solve mathematical statements in Excel 2016 also. Really? It is very interesting. Please tell me how to do so. Okay, Romy, let us learn about formulas and functions in this chapter. We have already learned that Excel is an application program that is used to perform calculations and solve mathematical problems. Excel 2016 is equipped with numerous features like formulas, functions, and AutoSum that help to perform calculations in an easy, fast, and efficient manner. Let us learn how to work with formulas and functions in Excel 2016 in this chapter. Formulas in Excel 2016. Formulas are used to perform calculations that involve basic arithmetic operations such as addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division in Excel 2016. We have used formulas in mathematics, but in Excel, formulas are written in a different manner. Excel 2016 provides the following types of formulas: simple formula, compound or complex formula, text formula. Let us learn about them one by one. Simple formula. A simple formula is an expression that is made up of numbers, arithmetic operators, cell addresses, and parentheses. Components of a formula. Following are the components that make up a basic Excel formula. Operators. They are special characters like addition, subtraction, greater than, smaller than, division, multiplication, exponential, and percentage that specify the arithmetic calculations to be performed. Cell references. These are the cell addresses or cell ranges that contain the values to be used in calculations. For example, A3, B2, A2 is to A6. Constants. They are fixed numeric or string values. For example, 56, 789 numeric, hello, welcome in double quotes, strings that are used in calculations. Functions. They are the inbuilt or predefined formulas whose meaning and purposes are already defined in Excel 2016. For example, sum, max, min, sub, and many more. Equal to symbol is used to start an Excel formula. Parentheses. They are used to enclose cell ranges. For example, sum, parentheses, C1, colon C4, equal to sign, arithmetic operators, cell reference, function name, parentheses. The formula will be is equal to A3 multiplied by B3 plus sum, parentheses, C1 colon C4. Creating a simple formula. A simple formula contains only one operator. Let's create a simple formula to calculate the total mark scored in a term by adding each subject's marks given in the cell C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. Display the result in C7. The steps to create this simple formula are as follows. Step 1. Open a new worksheet in Excel 2016. Step 2. Then enter the data in the worksheet as shown. Step 3. Click on the cell C7 where the result total marks is to be displayed. Step 4. Type equal to sign. Step 5. Click on the cell C2. Its address will appear in the cell C7. Now type the plus sign. Step 6. Repeat the steps till C6 like is equal to C2 plus C3 plus C4 plus C5 plus C6. Step 7. Press the Enter key. The result will be displayed in cell C7. Compound or complex formula. Compound formula also known as complex formula, contains more than one operator. A formula to calculate simple interest like principal multiplied by rate of interest multiplied by time divided by 100 is an example of a compound formula. The steps to create this compound formula are as follows. Step 1. Open a new worksheet in Excel 2016. Step 2. Enter the data for principal, rate, and time in the worksheet. Step 3. Type equal to sign in the cell B4 and enter the formula is equal to B1 multiplied by B2 multiplied by B3 in parentheses divided by 100. Step 4. Press the Enter key. The result will be displayed in cell B4. Text formulas. Text formulas are used to add characters and string values. Joining of strings is known as concatenation. Strings can be added using the ampersand symbol. The steps to join two strings are as follows. Step 1. Type two strings I love and my India in cells A1 and B1 respectively. Step 2. Now for adding these two, write the formula is equal to A1 ampersand double quotes ampersand B1 in the cell C1 and press the Enter key. I love my India will be displayed in cell C1. Cell reference. Cell address in a formula is known as cell reference. Cell reference is used for identifying a cell or a range of cells. In a worksheet, references help to look for the values which are to be used in a formula in different parts of a worksheet. Types of cell references. There are three different types of cell references in Excel 2016. Relative cell reference, absolute cell reference, and mixed cell reference. Let us learn about them. Relative cell reference. It is based on the relative position of the cell contained in the formula. A spreadsheet cell reference by default is known as relative. When a formula is copied and pasted to other cells, the cell reference in formula or function changes relatively to the location where it is copied. For example, if a formula is equal to sum, parenthesis, C3 is to G3 is written in the cell H3 and is copied to H4, then the formula will automatically change to equal to sum, parenthesis, C4 is to G4 for the cell H4. The steps to use relative cell reference are as follows. Step 1. Select the cell H3 in which formula is equal to sum, parenthesis, C3 is to G3 is written. Step 2. Click on the Copy option present in the Clipboard group on the Home tab to copy the formula. Step 3. Select the cell H4. Click on the Paste option to paste the formula. The cell H4 contains the reference C4 is to G4 instead of C3 is to G3. We can calculate the sum for the rest of the cells till H7 in the same manner. Absolute cell reference. When the cell address is not changed in a formula while copying it to other cells, it is known as absolute cell reference. We can add a $sign in front of a row address and column address to make the absolute cell reference of a cell. If a cell contains a value that needs to remain fixed in a formula, we should specify the cell reference of that cell as absolute cell reference $H, $2, and $A, $4 are some examples of absolute cell references. Let us now understand the concept with the help of Progress Report example. In the Progress Report worksheet, the class teacher has decided to give a bonus of 10 marks to all the students of the class, as they all completed the discipline duties assigned to them very well. So, these additional 10 marks can be specified using the absolute cell reference, which will be added to total marks of each child. The steps to use absolute cell reference are as follows. Step 1. Type bonus marks, that is 10, in the cell H1. Step 2. Select the cell H3 and write the formula is equal to sum C3 is to G3, comma, $H, $1, all in parentheses. Step 3. Click on the copy option present in the clipboard group on the Home tab to copy the formula. Step 4. Select the cell H4. Click on the paste option to paste the formula. Note that the cell H4 contains the reference C4 is to G4, comma, $H, $1 in parentheses, comma, $H, $1 remains fixed as it is an absolute cell reference. We can add a fixed bonus of 10 marks into the rest of the cells till H7 in the same manner. Mixed cell reference. As the name suggests, mixed cell reference is a combination of both, that is, absolute and relative cell references. A mixed cell reference is a reference that refers to either an absolute row and a relative column, or an absolute column and a relative row. We add the $sign before the column name to create an absolute column or before the row number to create an absolute row. For example, $sign A1 is absolute for column A and relative for row 1, and $sign 1 is absolute for row 1 and relative for column A. When we copy the formula onto other cells, the relative references adjust and change, but the absolute ones remain fixed. Functions in Excel 2016. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order. Functions can be used to carry out simple as well as complex calculations. Functions save time as one need not to write the formula, whereas writing down formulas for doing calculations can be tedious and complicated at times. Parts of a function. A function begins with the equal to sign, followed by the function name and then the arguments within the parentheses. Arguments can be numbers, text, etc. Rules for writing a function. The rules for writing a function in Excel 2016 are as follows. A function always begins with an equal to sign. The function should have a valid function name, for example, sum, average, etc. Arguments are the cell addresses which contain values to be used in a function. The function name is always followed by opening and closing parentheses that contain arguments. Some commonly used functions in Excel 2016. There are many predefined functions in Excel which we can use to perform both simple and complex calculations. Following table lists some commonly used functions in Excel along with their purpose and example. Function name, purpose, example. Sum, range. It calculates the sum of a given range. Is equal to sum A4 is to B6 in parentheses. Average, range. It calculates the average of a given range. Is equal to average A4 is to B6. Count, range. It counts the number of cells in range. Is equal to count A4 is to B6. Today. It displays the current date. Is equal to today, parentheses. Integer number. It rounds off a number to the nearest integer. Is equal to integer 102.78 or is equal to integer C5. Odd number. It returns a number rounded up to nearest odd integer. Is equal to odd 102.78 or is equal to odd C5. Round number num underscore digit. It rounds off a number to the specified digits. Is equal to round 234.567, 1 or is equal to round C5. Square root number. It returns a square root. Is equal to square root 16 or is equal to square root C5 in parentheses. Performing a function using the insert function. We can perform a function using the insert function option given in the function library group on the Formulas tab. The steps to perform a function are as follows. Step 1. Click on the cell where you want to apply a function. Step 2. Click on the Insert Function option in the Function Library group on the Formulas tab. An Insert Function dialog box will appear. Step 3. Choose the function average and click on OK. A function argument dialog box appears on the screen. Step 4. Fill in the first cell, for example C3 of the range that we want to calculate in number 1 box. Step 5. Fill in the last cell, for example E3 of the range that we want to calculate in number 2 box. The result will appear in the selected cell. Step 6. Click on OK. Similarly, find the average for the rest. Function Library. Excel 2016 has an entire library of functions. It is present on the Formulas tab. In addition to common functions like sum, average, and count numbers, there are numerous functions in the Excel function library, which can be used to carry out tasks like formatting text, referencing cells, calculating financial rates, and analyzing statistics. We can even use concatenate function available in the text group in the function library to join multiple strings into a single string. The functions included in the function library are AutoSum. It calculates the sum of a range of numbers. Recently used. It lists various recently used functions. Financial. It is a list of financial functions such as cash flow, return rates, accrued interest, etc. Logical. It is a list of logical functions like and, or, etc. Text. It is a list of text-based functions like left, right, upper, lower, len, etc. Date and time. Various date and time functions are included here. Maths and trigonometry. It is a list of mathematical functions, and some more functions are also available in this group. The most common functions in this category are LCM and GCD. AutoSum feature in Excel 2016. The AutoSum feature in Excel 2016 is used to automatically add the values given in the selected cells. A range of cells can easily be added using the AutoSum option on the Formulas tab. AutoSum recognizes the data that is consecutively entered, and when it sees an empty cell, that is where the AutoSum stops. We can also use the AutoSum feature to perform other calculations such as average, count, max, and min. The AutoSum button is present at 2 places in Excel 2016, in the Editing group on the Home tab, in the Function Library group on Formulas tab. Using the AutoSum feature. Let us calculate the total marks scored in a term using the AutoSum feature. The steps to calculate the total marks using the AutoSum feature are as follows. Step 1. Open a new worksheet in Excel 2016. Step 2. Enter the data in the worksheet. Step 3. Select the cells that contain marks in different subjects, that is C2 till C6. Step 4. Click on the AutoSum option in the Editing group on the Home tab. Step 5. Click on the Sum option in the drop-down menu of AutoSum option. Result will automatically appear in cell C7. Or we can even click on AutoSum option present in the Function Library group on the Formulas tab to calculate the total marks. Other AutoSum functions. In addition to calculating sum, AutoSum option can also be used to calculate average of a group of numbers, finding maximum or minimum number in a range, or can even be used to count numbers in a range. Dictionary. Operators. Special characters like plus, minus, multiplication and division that specify the arithmetic calculations to be performed. Parenthesis. Round brackets used to enclose cell ranges. Concatenation. Joining of two or more strings. Cell reference. Cell address of the cell containing the values to be used in a formula. Cell range. A group of cells adjacent to each other containing the multiple values to be used in a formula. Let's refresh. Formulas are used to carry out calculations that involve basic arithmetic operations such as addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. A simple formula is an expression that is made up of numbers, arithmetic operators, cell addresses, and parentheses. A compound formula contains more than one operator. A text formula is used to add characters and string values. Cell address in a formula is known as cell reference. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order. Excel 2016 has an entire library of functions called Function Library present on the Formulas tab.